Alright, boys and girls, today we're going to continue our discussion about decimal place value, which remember we're revisiting again in the third advisory. But yesterday we talked about it in written and standard form. Today we're going to talk about it in pictures. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you will see oftentimes is a hundreds block. And when we were working with this, when it was whole numbers, you know that this would represent 100. Well, it's going to be a little different this time. Now, if it says that this represents one whole, then you're going to need to know that it's one whole. But if it's not all shaded in, it's important to realize what each individual little thing is. If you see this one little square here that I'm pointing out with my laser pointer, it takes 100 of those to make one whole thing. So that is equal 1/100th, which, if you remember from our decimal video yesterday, 1/100th, if we do that, that would be in this place value right here. But if we look at a whole stick going up and down or side to side, that's worth 1/10th, because it takes 10 going this way till you get that, or 10 going this way until you get that. So that the 1/10th would be right there. So let's say we have this many shaded in. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and I'm going to count all the little blocks first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we know those are all hundredths. So I'll put that, there are 5 hundredths, and then I'll go back and I count my tenths, or my whole sticks. So there's 1 whole stick, 2 whole sticks, 3 whole sticks. So I know that that's 3/10ths. So then in total I have 35 hundredths shaded in. Now let's take a look at this one. This one is a little bit more involved. I'll draw myself some lines to help myself get set up. Remember, underneath you should always put 1, 0, 0, and an additional 0. That'll just help you get caught up with all that. So I see that this one and this one are completely shaded in. So that is 2 holes. So I've got 2 holes shaded in, and now I need to count up my hundredths. So here I see 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths are shaded in there. So I'll go and I'll shade in 4 hundredths, and now I need to count how many long sticks are shaded in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5/10ths shaded in. It's really easy when you break it down like that. You count up your holes, and you count up your hundredths, and then you count up your tenths, and you just go on like that. Now occasionally you will run into this being counted as one whole. If that's the case, then there are no hundredths, because each little block counts as 10. If we count, the tenths, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those, each one is going to represent a tenth. So if I have this shaded in, I have 0 whole shaded in, decimal, tenth. There's nothing in the hundredths place, so I don't even need that. And I see I have 1, 2, 3, 3 shaded in, 3/10ths. Now, your mission to bring back to school tomorrow, and there's no one that we do together in this one because this is a shorter video, I need you to figure out what number am I showing here and what number am I showing here. In this upper one, you can see that I am treating 1 whole as the block, and in this lower one you see 1 whole is just a stick. So make sure you look back in your video, make sure it makes sense to you, bring this one to school tomorrow, and be ready for the Thunderdome.